The Genesis Communications Network is sponsored by the U.S. Money Reserve, your exclusive source for gold and silver precious metals. Visit them online at usmoneyreserve.com.
And thank you for tuning into the Naseema Omer Show produced by Genesis Communication Network. You can enjoy live shows and also listen to our archive and podcast by going to gcnlive.com. That's GCN for Genesis Communication Network, live.com. Click on the archive podcast and find the Naseema Omer Show and enjoy whichever show you like by selecting the dates. I'm very excited today. We have, so to say, a part 2 of my interview with pharmacist Ben Fuchs done last week. So if you missed that show, listen to the archive podcast of March the 26th, Saturday show, The Journey of Food and Absorption. This is sort of say a continuation of that. Welcome back, Pharmacist Ben.
Hi, Naseema. I love that music. What was that?
I know, I love that music. The artist is Lindsay Sterling, and I stumbled on that as I was looking to select which music piece to do for my bumper music for the radio show. And she is amazing, amazing.
What kind of instrument was that? I couldn't really
Violin. She's a violinist.
That was a violin?
Yeah, a violinist with Celtic tunes and awesome. And, you know, I don't watch much TV at all, but she was in one of those Young Rising Stars type of a show, and at that time, unfortunately, they said, no, you're not going to make it. And here she is. She does world tours. She's famous. She's awesome. It's amazing. Thank you. I'm so happy you love that music.
Yes, I do. Thank you. That probably is great Zumba music, too, isn't it?
Great to work out, too. Yeah, you know.
I think so. Are you still doing Zumba?
You know, I am a retired Zumba instructor right now.
Zumba. You're my favorite.
Oh, my goodness.
Zumba
oh, my gosh. But for our listeners and you know, if you ever come down to the Twin Cities area, starting in May.
No, you're not going to get me out there. That's not going to happen. Sorry.
Starting in May, thank you. No, starting in May, actually, I am putting a series of Latin dance fitness and mat workout of Pilates core workout starting in May and June while I'm in town. The reason was because of my travel schedules. I just couldn't adhere to a regular schedule. But thank you. I know you are my favorite pharmacist, Ben.
You're my favorite Zumba instructor. Even though you're never going to get me out there, though, but you're still my favorite.
Thank you. Well, you know, I loved that interview on the journey of the food, a morsel of food, and absorption. And I think where we left off was, you know, what are the right pairings of foods and what foods should you eat together and what foods should you not eat together?
Okay.
And
we were talking about you were talking about phytates.
Yes.
You were going to talk about phytic acid and phytates.
Yes.
And they're in the news a lot. So, you know, first of all, you want to eat as little as possible. That's all that stuff. Remember how we talked about, just for the listeners, you know, real quickly, it goes in your mouth, it goes down your gullet, drops in your stomach does its business, grinding it up with enzymes and with acid. It drops from your stomach into the intestine. As soon as it hits the intestine, it gets a big jolt of bile and pancreatic enzymes, and that kind of fizzes the whole thing up. And then it frees the fats, and then the rest of the stuff goes through the intestine, and then the fats and the minerals and the vitamins get sucked up in the intestine, and what doesn't get used goes through the large intestine and gets eliminated out of the body. That's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of stuff happening. You know, I saw this thing on the Discovery Channel a long time ago. It was the scientists invented a digestive system made out of machinery. It did exactly the same thing as our digestive tract, except it was made out of wheels and gears and tubes and hoses. You know what I'm saying? It was an artificial digestive system. Mm-hmm. The thing was as big as a room.
Oh, my goodness.
Huge room. And it went as high almost to the ceiling, and they put a little piece of food in the top of this big contraption. It must have weighed 5,000 pounds, and they put a little drop of food, and it did its whir powdering and crushing and squirting and all the things that a digestive system does, except with a machine, with tubes and machinery. And at the end, a little drop of poop came out.
Wow.
It's really kind of interesting.
Wow,
but it
isn't that amazing?
And what takes place in our tiny little digestive tract, which is maybe, it's really kind of long. It's all compressed, about 30 or 40 feet altogether, but it's all compressed. It takes an entire room of machinery to do. It's a lot of work. We don't respect the amount of work it takes to digest
and
to work on the body. That's why I don't eat a lot of, people make fun of me because I don't eat a lot, and I do eat. It's a myth that I don't eat. That's silly. I eat a lot. But I'm very respectful of it because I know all the stuff that has to happen. So eating less food is the number one thing to do when you talk about food combining. Eat less. And by the way, drink water with your meals, especially if you're doing. Yeah, you know how you hear don't drink water with your meals.
Yes, exactly. I mean, a couple of things you've hit there, Ben. It's like the wonders of the human body. You can't help but be gratitude and of this amazing divine system we have, whether you believe in a higher power or not.
Exactly. You can't not believe in a higher. First of all, Naseema, if you understand how the thing works, you can't not believe in a higher power. There's no way this thing's an accident. But we used to have neighbors. When I was a kid, we had these neighbors, and they were actually Muslim, and they used to do. They were religious. They were religious Muslims, and they actually, after they went to the bathroom, they would say a prayer. Have you ever heard of this? They would go to the bathroom and have a bowel movement, and they'd thank God. And when I was a kid, I didn't understand that. What the heck? They're thanking God because they're having a bowel movement? Now I understand, Naseema. Just to have a bowel movement is a miracle, and it's one that we should be very, very grateful for because it says that our digestive system is working correctly. And that is an amazing gift, and all you got to do is ask anybody who's either chronically constipated or has pancreatitis or has, God forbid, colon cancer or ulcerative colitis, how thankful we should be if our digestive system is working effectively enough that we can even have just a bowel movement. You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It's horrible to feel constipated. Horrible.
Horrible. I talked to a gal a couple of weeks ago. She had pancreatitis for weeks. She was nauseous every day for weeks. Everything she put in her mouth made her nauseous. Even if she didn't do anything, she was nauseous. And I just told her a couple little things, nothing dramatic. She just sent me her food. I told her to do a food diary, keep track of everything. She sent me a copy of her food diary. She said at the end of the food diary, at the end of 3 days, swear be cleansed, Naseema. 3 days, she said she hasn't felt that good in weeks.
Oh my God!
Just by not eating. Just by doing the swear be cleansed.
Amazing, and
exactly.
So tell me about the water, because I've heard both ways. Like you said, don't drink water. Drink water with food.
First of all, the ideal place to get water is in your food, like vegetables. So that's basically watery foods. But because we process our foods and we eat foods that are already processed, we tend to not get enough water with our meals. In the digestive system, in the stomach particularly, the food has to get turned into a soupy mass. You ever, well, I know you have, but think of I don't mean to be gross here, but think of the last time you threw up, okay? Think of the last time you vomited. When you vomit, that soupy consistency that the food has is what food has to get turned into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can tell, you can actually tell how the food is getting processed along the lines by your vomit.
Yeah.
And again, I don't mean to be gross, but if you vomit early after a meal, the food will have a certain consistency. If you vomit later in the meal, it'll have a completely different consistency.
Yes.
If you vomit 4 hours after your meal, your vomit will be watery, like soupy, like liquidy. If you vomit 2 hours or an hour after your meal, it'll be more chunky. And the point is, this is the kind of processing that the food is going through. So in the stomach, the food has to get turned into liquid. So you eat a piece of bread, you eat a hamburger, say, right? There's not a lot of water there. So how does the stomach going to turn that into liquid if you're not drinking water? It's going to pull it out of your cells. It's going to find a way to get the water, but you can facilitate the process by drinking water with the meal.
I see.
Again, I'll say, vegetables are the best water, and lots of them, but most of us aren't doing that. So if you're eating a regular meal, like standard American diet meal, you want to drink water with your meal. You'll eat less food, and you'll facilitate the digestive process. Now, there are some people who will say you will dilute your digestive juices and your digestive enzymes.
Correct. That was what I was going to say.
Right. To that I say horse hockey. It's baloney. Because your body, as I say, your digestive system or your stomach is designed to work in in a milieu of water.
I see.
The enzymes and the hydrochloric acid are supposed to work in water. And in any case, you're not going to dilute the amount of water that you're drinking is going to have a significant effect on the juices and the enzymes anyway.
Got it.
So you'll know that you want to drink water. This is how you can tell you want to drink water with your meals. Okay, Naseema, don't take my word for it. And don't take anybody's word for it. What you do is drink water with your meals, and what you'll notice is you're eating less food, you're fuller quicker, and it's easier for the digestive process occurs with greater facility. Then you'll notice this. So just do it just notice what you're doing. And by the way, if you're eating more processed food, you're subsisting on processed food, macaroni and cheese or snack foods or hamburgers or whatever, you want your Beyond Tangy Tangerine with your meals. Drinking the Beyond Tangy Tangerine with the meals will provide the body with the B vitamins in particular and the electrolytes that are important to digest the food. The B vitamins, there's so many different things, but one of the main roles, one of their most important roles, is they help the body extract nutrition from food, especially when it comes to the protein. They help the body extract the nutrients from the foods. And if you're eating the standard American diet, you're probably not getting enough of those. It's, again, going to be more difficult for the body to get the value, the nutritional value out of the food. So if you do your BTT with it, that can help facilitate the process.
Absolutely. And may I just pipe in that if anyone is interested in some of the products that pharmacist Ben Fuchs refers to and recommends strongly, contact me by going to NaseemaOmer.com and send me an email that way, or call me at 877-279-9422. That's 877-279-9422, and I can get you information on those products and get you started on that as well. Thank you, Ben. Oh, thanks so much for explaining about water. That was always a dilemma of mine, seriously.
Well, you'll know. Just you drink water with your meals, you'll notice you feel better, and you're eating less food.
And so have some water with your meal. And, earlier on you mentioned gratitude after going to the
let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that one for a second.
Yeah.
If you relax and feel grateful for your meal before you eat it, you will digest your food better.
Yeah.
Remember, you have we've talked about your two nervous systems. You and I have talked about this in the past. You have your stress nervous system, emergency, survival nervous system that gets you out of a jam, and you have your rest and relaxing nervous system, which is designed for helping the body heal and grow and recover. Where do you think digestion is regulated? By the stress nervous system or the relaxation nervous system?
The relaxation.
You got it. That's why you want to relax. And that's why people stay great, by the way, for their meals. That's
All right. I hear
All
that music. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
Remember Pearl Harbor. Now you can buy, for the first time ever, the 75th anniversary Pearl Harbor legal tender solid gold coin from the U.S. Money Reserve. Call 1-800-329-6700 right now or go online to usmoneyreserve.com. 1-800-329-6700.
Biochemistry determines your mood, memory, energy, and endurance. Your body's primary metabolic function is to make protein. One World Whey is a unique, non-denatured protein. This enables your body to have virtually 100% utilization, whereas typical whey protein powders offer no more than 18% utilization of protein. One World Whey also delivers life-giving frequencies to your cells. The net result for so many people is improved energy, mood, and elimination of pain from inflammation.
This technologically enhanced One World Whey has been really amazing for me. I'm 36 years old, and for the past several years, I've been struggling with lack of energy, drive, and stamina. And after just 2 weeks on this product, I'm feeling so much more energy. My yoga practice has deepened, and as a massage therapist, I'm able to see more clients than I've been able to in years. I've never felt results that quick with anything I've ever taken.
Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com.
No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help, so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll-free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Dr. Joel Wallach here. If you're a baby boomer and you're worried about the big epidemics coming, and I'm not talking about the bird flu or the swine flu, I'm talking about epidemics of Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, arthritis, cancer. That's because the 80 million baby boomers followed all the advice of doctors, and Houston, we have a problem.
See Dr. Wallach live in Farmington, New Mexico, Thursday, May 12th at 7 p.m. Go to www.cdocinfarmington.com. That's www.cdocinfarmington.com.
You are listening to the Naseema Omer Show, where I am interviewing pharmacist Ben Fuchs. Continuation of the food, what happens, and pairings of foods, and what are good to eat together and what aren't so good to eat together. Pharmacist Ben, just before we went on break, you were explaining a lot of things, and then we ended with the note on what system really impacts and makes a happy digestive processes, and it was the relaxation system.
Yes, it's actually called the rest and digest nervous system, as opposed to the fight or flight nervous system. The rest and digest nervous system is activated, or digestion is activated by the rest and digest nervous system. Mm-hmm. And you can improve the action of the rest and digest nervous system by relaxing when you eat, mm-hmm. by breathing deeply before you eat, oxygenating. By the way, oxygen is very important for the digestive process too. Mm-hmm. So you got to make sure you're respirating correctly. Oxygen and carbon dioxide both are important for digestion. So breathing slowly and deeply before you eat and while you eat will help you eat less food. Mm-hmm. Chewing your food a lot will help you eat less food. Paying attention, because chewing helps you pay attention. That's why we don't chew, because we don't like to pay attention.
We don't pay attention.
Right.
And I am known for that. I'm consciously making an effort to chew my food more.
Pay attention.
Yep.
You pay attention. You eat less. You notice you eat less?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because, the signals from the brain to the stomach kind of work better. And then your tummy says, you're full. And you stop.
Yeah.
But how many of us keep running around, eating in the car, drive-through
in the car.
Yeah.
Or watching TV or mindlessly eating. That's why we eat. One of the main reasons why we eat so much. Fast food manufacturers will actually put softeners in their food so you don't have to chew the food. So it slips down your throat and you eat more of it.
Oh,
it's called slip. They actually call it food slip. but then they make their food mushy for that reason. They want you eating it fast, so you eat more. That's why it's not called fast food because they serve it fast. It's called fast food because you suck it down. Exactly. People wolf down burgers. Do you ever see those people eating the food contest, the food eating contest?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That makes me feel so gross. Just watching them.
I know. 100 hot dogs. That one guy eats 100 hot dogs. You know, one of the main ways he does it is he does it fast, really fast. He could, no way, if he chewed those hot dogs slowly, he would never be able to eat 100 hot dogs.
I just can't think about what his system looks like then after that process. He must just be in so much pain for days after.
I think I read something about them having those people, the competitive eaters. I love that term, competitive eating. The competitive eaters apparently have a different stomach. Apparently their stomach can stretch. I was reading something about the physiology of competitive eaters, and apparently their plumbing is working a little bit differently than ours. Not that I'd ever want that, but
you
know, the less you eat, the longer you live.
That's right. And being grateful before you eat for what you eat, and making time, like you said, a set time. Preparing food in itself kind of gets your mind and processes in check, so to say, and enjoy each morsel.
Well, it starts the digestive process. Where does digestion really begin? It doesn't begin in the stomach. It doesn't even begin in the mouth. The digestive process begins in the brain. In the brain is where it begins. If I said to you, Naseema, imagine this, okay? You have a good imagination, don't you? I think you have a good imagination. Okay, so you like lemons, right? Everybody loves lemons. They're yellow, they're beautiful. Don't you love lemons? So just picture a lemon, right? You got a lemon in your hand, right? It's got that bumpy quality, and it's got that. You can almost smell the lemon coming out of the peel, right? Right? And then you cut the lemon, and as soon as you cut it, you get a big hit. Right now, isn't your mouth starting to salivate a little bit now?
I love lemons. And it's fresh and refreshing, and
my mouth is salivating just thinking about it. Where the digestive process begins is thinking about your food, paying attention to your food. So cooking, while you're chopping and you're roasting and you're frying, whatever you're doing, you're thinking about the food. The digestive process has actually already begun. And then when you sit and you chew your food, you're actually facilitating digestion because you have enzymes in your mouth that are similar to the enzymes in your stomach and the enzymes in your pancreas. In fact, you can reduce the load on your pancreas if you're diabetic by chewing your food. Chewing your food is one of the best anti-diabetic strategies, or is a very effective anti-diabetic strategy, because it releases or reduces the activity of the pancreas.
And weight management.
And weight management as well, absolutely, because you're going to eat a lot less food. So chewing your food, thinking your food, that's really where the digestive process begins. And saying grace or being thankful at the beginning of the meal activates the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic nervous system and facilitates digestion. And the reason this is important, Naseema, is because these are things we can do ourselves. No medical intervention with no cost, no price, and we can improve our health ourselves.
Exactly. Little steps, little measures to the whole.
Yes.
I hear that music again. Boy, these go by fast when you're having fun. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest price filtration systems in every size. For incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency, get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
Hi, Pat Matthews again. I want to talk to you about selling online. And when I say selling, I'm talking about your home, your car, and even buying a house or a new set of wheels. There's a new kid in town, and that's buysellmakeoffer.com. The revolution has already begun, and I invite you to be a part of it. You see, get in on the ground floor because buysellmakeoffer.com never charges item fees. Can you imagine what the other guys might charge you for selling a car on their site, let alone a house? Well, buysellmakeoffer.com doesn't do that. And you can use Skype and YouTube videos to sell your products, big or small. Go right now to buysellmakeoffer.com and set up your account. For as little as $7.95 per month, you can sell up to 50 items, and they'll give you the first 30 days free just to try it out. Remember, no per-item fees. Join the revolution today. BuySellMakeOffer.com. And tell them Pat Matthews sent you.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS? Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely. We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS. If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts and patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
To the Naseema Omer Show, produced by Genesis Communication Network. Do go to gcnlive.com, find the Naseema Omer Show, and you can share the link with your friends and family and listen to the recorded shows and podcasts. If you are interested in any of the products by Youngevity, please contact me through the link on my website, NaseemaOmer.com, or even go to gcnlive.com, find my show, and you can get a hold of me that way, or call me at 877-279-9422. The Swear Weave Cleanse is an amazing cleanse that Pharmacist Ben Fuchs recommends, and also the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, some of the products that were mentioned in today's show. Welcome back, Ben. And
Thank you.
Yes, you're amazing. I love having you on my show. I mean, the time just flies by. Tell me.
Thank you.
Tell me about that phytates and the phytic acid. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes. Phytic acid and phytates, they're similar. There's a little chemical difference between the two, but basically they're the same thing. This element or this molecule, phytic acid, by the way, is one of the most gorgeous chemical structures ever. Do you ever see those line drawings of chemical structures, like from when you're in high school with little dashes and the little letters and stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's called a line drawing. The line drawing for phytic acid is just like a mandala. You know what a mandala is? Those geometric shapes that they have in India. You've seen them, I'm sure. They're like these geometric circles, and they have all kinds of designs in them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I know you've seen them. Those are called mandalas, and phytic acid looks like a mandala. It's the most beautiful, beautiful thing. It's actually, technically speaking, it has a lot of roles, but it's a plant substance that plants use to trap and hold on to a particular mineral called phosphorus. Phosphorus is a very, very fascinating mineral that is luminescent. In fact, the word phosphorus means light bearer, and it's the name for phosphorus in Latin is Lucifer. Phosphorus and Lucifer are both known as being angels of light, or being light deliverers or light bearers, and phosphorus has an ability to carry light. And this ability to carry light makes it super important for life, for livingness. Now, there's a very interesting relationship between life and light. And light, as it turns out, is the fundamental aspect of life, and phosphorus is the mineral that carries the light. It's a very, very active mineral. In fact, phosphorus is actually a military weapon that has been banned by the Geneva Convention because it's so friggin' violent and explosive. Matches are made of phosphorus. Phosphorus explodes. Phosphorus is a very explosive element, explosive element, and especially explodes the life force. So plants because remember, seeds they don't want to be alive, seeds. Seeds are sleeping. A seed is a life force that has been trapped until there's enough resources available for the seed to grow. That's called germination.
Yes.
The seeds basically sleep until the water's there and the sunlight is there and the soil is there and the nutrients are there. The seed is asleep. It's supposed to stay asleep. It's in suspended animation. And nature has developed these chemicals that will make sure that seed stays asleep. And one of the ways nature does this is by trapping phosphorus, by keeping phosphorus unavailable. And it traps phosphorus via the chemical structure of phytic acid. This is phytic acid's main role, is to trap phosphorus. It chelates or magnetically attracts phosphorus. It basically has chemical hooks that phosphorus sticks to. Now, the problem with this is the same way, at least this is what the thinking goes, the same way that phytic acid traps phosphorus, it will also trap selenium and magnesium and zinc and copper and other minerals that are in your food. That you happen to eat. So this is the thinking now. Phytic acid you'll eat your grains that have phytic acid in them, right? And then you take your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And the thinking is the phytic acid will actually trap, in the same way it traps phosphorus, it will trap the minerals in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine or wherever you're getting your minerals from. So the thinking is you separate your minerals if you're doing nutritional supplements or you're doing other foods that contain minerals, and you want to keep the mineral value of it, you separate it from the phytic acid. Follow me? Take it separate from the phytic acid. Now, this is not exactly, nobody's really positive necessarily about this. This is just thinking, and it's just theory. Now, it turns out that phytic acid, for a couple things. First of all, you can break up phytic acid by sprouting your seeds and germinating your seeds. Remember, the phytic acid is there to keep the life force dormant, but if you wake up the life force by adding water to your seeds and creating a sprout or heating your seeds and then sprouting them, you can manipulate the seeds to release the phytic acid, to break up the phytic acid, and then you won't have the problem. So you germinate your seeds or sprout your seeds. That's one thing you could do. Also, if your gut is healthy, your digestive tract is healthy, there are bacteria in your gut, probiotics that live in the gut. They can do that to phytic acid also. They have an ability to release the phosphorus and break up the phytic acid, so the phytic acid will be not as dangerous or won't have the same effect on tying up minerals.
I see.
Now, the third very important point. You can either germinate your seeds, sprout your seeds to remove the phytic acid, or your gut bacteria can do it as well if you're healthy. Now, here's the thing, though, Naseema. Phytic acid has a very good side to it as well. Okay. Phytic acid is actually anti-cancer, especially for colon cancer.
Wow.
And breast cancer. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, phytic acid shrinks tumors. Mm-hmm. Phytic acid is an antioxidant. Phytic acid is a source of phosphorus and a source of a very important vitamin called inositol. So there are some really interesting benefits to this so-called negative anti-nutrient substance called phytic acid. It's not so much that you want to avoid phytic acid, but if you really are afraid of tying up minerals from your foods, which is really negligible in my opinion, but if you're taking a mineral supplement like the Beyond Tang Tangerine, you might not want to do it with your flaxseed, for example, or with any phytic acid-containing food. But just for regular eating, it really is, in my opinion, much ado about nothing.
So, Ben, Pharmacist Ben, tell me, a couple of excellent points that trigger questions is, one, if you could tell us, what are some of the common foods that contain this phytic acid?
Grains and seeds. It's a seed item.
Okay.
It's a seed substance.
Any seed. Legumes fit in that bucket?
Legumes are a big source.
Okay,
legumes are a major source of phytic acid.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you one last thing here about phytic acid. In addition to fighting cancer, it also, and then being an antioxidant, it also is a way of cleaning the blood of excess calcium. So for people with kidney stones or even gallstones, or you who are dealing with calcification of the arteries, one of the ways that we die and that we age is our circulatory system starts to get hard. It starts to calcify. Mm-hmm. And some of this calcification occurs from calcium that's breaking out of cells and others from supplements and excess calcium. Well, phytic acid cleans out calcium. It can be used to prevent kidney stones and also to prevent calcification of the arteries and calcification of the circulatory system. So in addition to being anti-cancer, antioxidant, it also helps trap calcium, loose calcium to prevent calcification of tissues, soft tissues of the body, and stone formation. So it's not necessarily an anti-nutrient, is what I'm saying. Although if you are taking a mineral supplement, you might want to take it away from your phytic acid. I see.
So would you recommend that the best time to take phytic acid-containing foods like grains and seeds, etc., if your concern is not, if your digestion's working properly and you're not concerned with absorption of nutrients, then you can have it with your food by all means. But if you are, which I am, my digestion system is not perfect. I take ultimate enzymes and probiotics afterwards to help support it. So in my case, like many others, would you say to have it, couple of hours after eating a meal, or have it as a snack instead?
I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry about it. It really doesn't seem like it's a big deal. The biggest problem, as I say, with phytic acid is that it will trap minerals, and it's not that significant a trapping effect.
Okay, I see.
Unless you're really taking a lot of minerals and you really want to get the benefit of your Beyond Tang Tangerine or your selenium, or you're taking a mineral supplement, which is a concentrated mineral, probably then it's not a good idea to take that with phytic.
Okay,
But with food, just ordinary food, I don't see that it's that significant a problem.
Because I love mixing some flaxseed and hemp seed and I can't think of the other one. Yeah.
See, when it comes to nutrition, we got bigger fish to fry.
I see.
There's way more important things.
Okay.
Way more important.
What about, I've heard something saying, don't eat crunchy vegetables with your soft foods or meats or fruits or something. Is there any truth to that?
No. Where did you hear? I've never heard that.
I don't know.
Somebody will have to tell me what that's about. That doesn't make sense.
Because that had the same kind of concept. Well, it's taking too much energy to crunch up that.
We love crunch. Human beings love crunch. You know what? One of the reasons we love crunch so much, believe it or not, is the sound. The crunching sound stimulates our appetite. In fact, if you want a nice little diet trick, here's a little diet trick for you. Eat your food with earplugs in. Eat your food with earplugs in. We'll lose the taste will become diminished if you have earplugs.
Ah.
If you don't hear your food, it's just not as tasty to you. So try it, experiment. You'll find. Isn't that interesting? We depend on sound to help stimulate our taste and turn on our appetite. The sound of the food. So if you shut down the sound of the food by wearing earplugs or headphones or something, or putting music on in your headphones, you'll find yourself eating a lot less. In fact, you might not even be hungry. You might not even want to do it because it'll take away the pleasure of eating.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, all our senses work together in every piece of processing or whatever
smelling,
we do.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. It's amazing. I never knew about the sound. That is fascinating. I'll have to try that.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah, try that. Put earplugs on. Get your favorite food, your most delicious food, and wear earplugs or something that completely blocks out the sound, and you're not going to like the food as much.
Oh my gosh. So Pharmacist Ben, what else would you say? Are there any other particular things that come to mind that we should avoid eating together or pairing separately?
You want starches and bready foods and starchy foods and potatoes and stuff like that. You want to keep those away from protein foods. Like potatoes and eggs, not a good combination. Hamburger and bun, not a good combination. Sandwiches and meat, not a good combination. Because the enzymes that are required for helping you digest the steak or the meat or the hamburger or the egg are different in quality than the enzymes that are required for the bread for you to digest your bread. Your bread and your starches are digested by alkaline enzymes, high pH enzymes. Your proteins are digested by acid enzymes. And if you do both together, neither will get digested appropriately, although what will tend to happen is you'll digest the sugar quickly, the bread quickly, and the protein much less quickly, and that means the protein will sit around and ferment and rot in your gut. Very, very bad thing. Mm-hmm. So always separate, as hard as it may be to do, separate your starches from your protein. And vegetables you can do with all meals. If there's the music again.
There's the music again. We'll be right back for our very last segment.
A good stove is at the top of the list for any serious survivalist. That's why you have to see the full range at Emberlit.com. Simple, elegant, but extraordinarily efficient. Available in titanium or stainless steel, the Emberlit line of stoves are ultralight, pack flat, and work great. Fueled only by sticks and debris. From emergency situations to long-term survival, Emberlit stoves are up to the task. Emberlit, the most convenient, easy-to-carry wood stoves on the planet. See them all at Emberlit.com.
Hey guys, Pat Matthews here to tell you about the newest and best way to sell products online. It's buysellmakeoffer.com, an enormously revolutionary way to sell your stuff online. It's time to clean out the garage, your old golf clubs, sports equipment, tools, and yes, even your car. Forget about the way the other guys have taken more than their share from you when the sales were finalized. Look, it's happened to me over and over and over. Then I found buysellmakeoffer.com. They will never charge you item fees. Just go there right now to sign up and load all your stuff to our server to sell. This is not an auction site. Sell your car, sell your home. Realtor, sign up now. Just use our resources along with Skype and videos, then add your creativity to sell your items quickly and with no fees. Go right now to buysellmakeoffer.com and sign up. The excitement is building. I've signed up to sell my stuff with buysellmakeoffer.com. You should too. buysellmakeoffer.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
Remember Pearl Harbor. Now you can buy, for the first time ever, the 75th anniversary Pearl Harbor legal tender solid gold coin from the U.S. Money Reserve. Call 1-800-329-6700 right now or go online to usmoneyreserve.com. 1-800-329-6700.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in. We are at our last segment. Segment's the term used in the radio world for our last portion of today's radio show with interview with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs on the Naseema Omer Show. Welcome back, Pharmacist Ben. What are your last thoughts? Yeah.
My last thoughts are, do not underestimate the relationship between your health, for better or worse, and the digestive system. If your body is completely falling apart and you don't know where to begin, start off by working on the digestive system, and that means a Swear of E cleanse and then a food diary, isolating or linking specific foods to specific problems, isolating and then eliminating those foods. And then as you're doing the elimination diet and the food diary, and after you're done with your Swear of E cleanse, make sure you're doing good nutrition for the digestive tract, particularly the ultimate nightly essence, particularly probiotics, and also digestive enzymes. Use apple cider vinegar with your meals. Make sure you're relaxing before you eat, doing things like saying grace or chewing your food and paying attention. They're all wonderful strategies that we can use that don't cost very much money, but they can make a huge, huge, huge difference. Do not underestimate the link between the digestive system and good health and the digestive system and degenerative diseases, whether we're talking autoimmune diseases or skin diseases or diabetes or cancer, God forbid, or heart disease. The link between the digestive system and all of these health challenges is, number one, very underappreciated, but number two, on the good side is, once you start correcting the digestive system, all of these, every single one of these health issues can begin to resolve themselves.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to let the audience know that if you, like me, can't get enough of Pharmacist Ben Fuchs and want to listen to him on a daily basis, Monday through Friday, tune into The Bright Side, a radio show by Pharmacist Ben Fuchs, Monday through Friday, also on the Genesis Communication Network. That's gcnlive.com. Ben, thank you so much for being amazing interview, amazing information and knowledge that you share with everybody. And I want to thank you. Thank you for everything that you do, Ben. Have a wonderful week.
Okay, bye. Talk to you later, Naseema.
Thank you, Ben. So again, if you are interested in any of the products Pharmacist Ben Fuchs talks about, contact me on the Naseema Omer Show by GCNlive.com or go directly to my website, NaseemaOmer.com. You can also call me at 877-279-9422. Leave me your name and number and the best times to call you, and I will get back to you within 24 hours. Eating is so important, so very important. It gives us our nourishment, the source of energy for our processes and systems to sustain themselves as we function, just even in our resting state and also in our active state. And whether you believe in a higher power or not, just being grateful for what you have. Set time for eating. Prepare your food. Take enjoyment in that rather than rushing through it, and savor each bite. One thing that I found extremely fascinating, well, many points that I found fascinating in today's interview, was the sound, the crunching sounds, or how a food sounds when you put it in your mouth. Also has an impact on how much you can eat and how much satisfaction you get by eating that food, along with other senses, the feel and the smell and just everything preparing this. It's just amazing. Also, a couple of things to summarize in eating together. Pharmacist Ben Fuchs said avoid starches and carbs along with proteins because they require different types of enzymes that processes those types of foods. So to optimize your digestion, separate those. And I hear that music again. Again, thank you for tuning in today's show. Do catch the previous interview with Pharmacist